Tonight is the first time the Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S. pays Utah a visit. It is a connection years in the making. The ambassador sat one-on-one with news specialist Aaron Cox on how Utah is making a difference in the Ukraine war efforts. It's an interview you'll see only on KSL TV.
Ambassador Oksana Makarova served in Ukraine's Ministry of Finance before she became an ambassador in 2021. That's a year before Russia invaded. Her visit here to Utah is focused on making economic connections between Utah and Ukraine.
It's great to be here.
Among students, Ambassador Oksana Makarova talks about the conflict in Ukraine with hope.
But when we win the war, we already are working on how we will win the peace. And we can do it together with Utah.
Ambassador Makarova met with Governor Cox in the first presidency with many more visits. She's already talking about Ukraine after the war, and their plans involve Utah. In September, President Volodymyr Zelensky awarded Utah's honorary consul to Ukraine a presidential award. And on that same trip, signed an agreement that committed F-16 parts and funding to help rebuild Ukraine. How much more do we spend, and how much more do we send over?
The actual money that Congress authorized go to the companies in the U.S. in more than 30 states. Jobs are created here. So in a sense, by doing it, of course, Congress is helping us. American people are helping us, but you're also helping to make yourself stronger.
The ambassador's visit comes the week Russia's foreign minister made an unexpected visit to China, the U.S.'s largest trade partner and a country that funds both Russia and Ukraine. Did that make Ukraine nervous?
What more can get us nervous or shock us after we have seen kids killed and what we've seen in Bucha and what we've seen in Izum, and we know how many Ukrainian children are abducted and waiting to be liberated from Russia, and we're talking about tens of thousands kids. Unfortunately, the war makes everything very difficult, but very clear at the same time.
And it's clear Utah is helping Ukraine.
Pleasantly surprised how supportive people are, how informed people are about the fight in Ukraine, and also how much more we can do together.
I asked the ambassador what we would have talked about if there wasn't a war, and she said cultural collaborations and Ukraine's ability to push forward science and technology. She's speaking about economic opportunities between Utah and Ukraine at the One Utah Summit tomorrow before heading back to Washington, D.C. In Salt Lake City, Aaron Cox for KSL 5 News.
Good interview there, Aaron. Thank you. 200,000 Ukrainians are out of power today after Russia launched a major attack on the country's infrastructure. There was a total of 40 drones and 40 missiles used in the strike. The targets a Ukrainian thermal power plant and 2 underground facilities storing natural gas. Civilians rushed to take shelter in subway stations as air raid sirens, you can hear them there, sounded in the area. In light of the attack, Ukrainian President Zelensky is calling for more air defense supplies.